Shalon Baker. And just like that, San Jose in the end zone again.
This looked like the identical play that they ran to Jerry Reese earlier. They put all 3 wide receivers to the field and gave the inside receiver all the room he wanted to the other side with nobody else over there to clear out, nothing. One-on-one with the entire half of the field to work, and Baker was able to get the touchdown.
And Saylor now is on for the extra point try. And the kick is up, and he drilled it. So just like that, 2:17 to go. And wait a minute, we have a marker down. But apparently they're going to mark it off after the ensuing kickoff. 14-0, San Jose leads Buffalo. Welcome back, everybody. Quickly, 14-0 Sabrecats over the Buffalo Destroyers here at HSBC Arena. Jim Brinson, Steve Tasker, along with Bob Trimble on the sidelines. Ensuing kickoff. Dixon will have it in the end zone, and here he comes. Trying to break it, and the outside penalty marker flies as Dixon crosses the 15 and knocked down finally at the 16-yard line. And we will wait now for the officials to rule on the yellow hanky.
Illegal block in the back, above the waist, on the return team, number 34. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, David White with the infraction. Steve, when things go bad, they go really bad sometimes.
One of the things we'll talk and see as the game goes on, the Destroyers have really missed some opportunities. The first play of the game, they got a fumble just outside the 5-yard line of the Sabercats. Then they fumbled the ball away and threw an interception. They have had some problems, but they have had opportunities, and that's going to be the key for the rest of the way.
7 plays, 45 yards on the touchdown for San Jose. And they lead at 14-0 over Buffalo. Angle to throw. Tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost picked off.
One of the reasons that the Sabercats do have a good pass rush, they have some athletes up front. And you see there, Mike Ulafale just jumped up and knocked that pass down. If they're not getting to the quarterback, they're playing as a defensive specialist and just looking for a chance to knock it down. That's good football, and the Sabercats have really become adept at doing it.
Nagel now 2 of 7. Back to throw. Here comes heavy pressure, and he flips it high into the stands, and that goes down in the heat. Joey Dozier was the man who rocked him, and there could be a marker down, and we might have a roughing the passer penalty. And it is going to be against San Jose.
Illegal defense, outside rush by the linebacker, number 43. 5-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
All right, so they get bailed out. That's why Nagel is under so much pressure right here. Look at this.
That's exactly right. See number 43 right in his face. He cannot come outside the defensive end as he did just then. Joey Dozier came off the corner, and that is illegal.
And once again, Nagel taking a hard hit, and he has taken several of those hard hits throughout the course of the season. Automatic first down now for Buffalo. Nagel. Slowed down his hand again. That's twice that it's happened. If I were Browning Nagel, I'd find a rosin bag in a hurry.
Now even Browning Nagel's starting to look at his hand and rub his fingers. He can't understand what's happening either. Either the balls weren't rubbed down well enough before the game, or there's something wrong with his fingers or the way he washed his hand. Maybe it's the soap he used at supper time tonight. But you'll watch here. That is exactly what happened earlier in the quarter when he lost the football in the exact same way. He's got to do something about that. Either rub some talcum powder on his hand or some rosin, something. But you can't go through a game and not be able to hold the football as a quarterback.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Browning Nagel having a rough start so far for the Buffalo Destroyers. At the end of one complete, it's San Jose 14 and Buffalo nothing. Back with the second period after this.
back to HSBC Arena. Bob Trimble here at the Buffalo Destroyers San Jose Sabrecats. 14-0 as we head to the second quarter. And guys, I got to tell you, from the top rope, we talked about getting physical. A lot of the wrestlers didn't like it. Booker T laid me out here. I didn't realize this was the real stuff.
Look at this guy. This is what happens to everybody who messes with Booker T. I got my #1 fan right here sitting next to me, and we'll kick it, and we will kick anybody who get in our way. You understand what I'm saying?
We're going to come back in just a second after this play.
Oh, yes.
All right, Nagel on the far side makes the completion to Branch. All right, let's quickly head back downstairs because this is pretty interesting. Bobby the Brawler, Steve, getting beat up here by Booker T. Bobby.
Yeah, nothing ever happened with Ivan, guys, but this is kind of rough. Hey, tell me about being here with the kids and the fans. That's a big thing for you guys, isn't it? The wrestlers, the kids?
You know, that's what it's all about, is the kids and the fans, you know, because if it wasn't for the fans, there wouldn't be no guys like Booker T running around doing stuff like this. So it's all good in the hood, if you know what I'm saying.
Happy to have you here in Buffalo. Thanks for being here.
It's all good.
Hey, guys, who's your favorite wrestler? All right, back to you guys.
All right, Bobby. I've had a tough time with the razor this morning. And that pass is caught on the far sideline by Bobby Allen. Well, the Destroyers need to get something going. And, Steve, you were talking a little bit about, hey, listen, complete a couple of short passes and get your confidence back.
Yeah, just take it one play at a time. They have to come into this game knowing they're struggling. They've got a lot of new players. Just communicate. They've already had one offsides penalty that was a direct result of miscommunication. Their defensive backfield has got 3 new starters. They've given up 2 touchdown passes already. They need to get their feet under them, take it slow, and one play at a time.
Offensive coordinator Tony Kimbrough looking on. The offense has not produced any points yet. Nagel under pressure, lets it go, got a man open. Olive makes the catch. Crosses the 20 and then slammed hard into the boards at the 16-yard line. More than enough yardage for the first down.
This is the first time that the Destroyers offense has shown any signs of life, and they've been inside the 10 twice tonight and have not been able to score points. Now they're starting to put some things together, hit the routes. Browning Nagel's finding his receiver, and also he's hanging on to the football, which has been a problem early on.
Actually, when this one comes out of his hands, it's a little bit of a wounded duck going through the air, but Olive maintains concentration and makes the catch. Titus Dixon is the man in motion. They run straight ahead, all the way into the end zone. Tony Jones, touchdown, Buffalo! Off the draw play, which really, you don't see that much in the Arena League. You see it, of course, in the National Football League, but not that much here.
It is so difficult to run because there's just no room to maneuver and make guys miss tackles. He had no reason to do it. Tony Jones right into the end zone. You knew as soon as he broke the line of scrimmage, they were not going to stop him. That's a big guy going for the end zone. Well executed by the Destroyers.
Mike Black now on for the extra point. And the kick is drilled right through the upright, so the Destroyers finally on the board. So with 12:11 to go here in the second period of play, it's the Sabrecats 14 and the Destroyers 7. Come alive as the Destroyers are on the board. Tony Jones, a 16-yard touchdown run, 6 plays, 46 yards on the scoring drive for the Destroyers. And they have closed the gap now to just 7. Mike Black on the ensuing kickoff. Steve Pappen is waiting. Off the screen, Pappen fields it. Trying to get in the middle of the field. Takes a tackle there, spins, knocked down hard at the 15. But there is a flag on the play, so hold everything as we wait for the officials to sort it all out.
Derek Branch was coming off the corner and just got clothesline and pulled down from behind.
Well, Branch, of course, coming off a shoulder separation where he was really rocked, and there's the hold indication. Steve picked it up right away.
You know, special teams things kind of come back to you.
I bet they do.
I was hitting the head, but not that many times.
During the return, holding receiving team number 4, half the distance to the goal, first down.
You've always got to be ready to help out the officials whenever you can.
All right, here on the return, here comes Pappen. And there's Branch right there.
Yeah, the hold was obviously not on Branch. It was off to the left.
Yeah.
It was Willie Lotta, their number 2, actually got up and got in on the play.
Down!
All right, here we go now. Mark Grebe up under quarterback. Pappen is the man in motion. They're looking for Pappen. He's wide open. Makes the catch. Knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Lotta is the man to stop him there for Buffalo. Now they say that he did cross the 20. They'll spot it at the 21.
You can see that this Sabercat team is just a well-oiled machine. They have really come into their own lately offensively. They had a 2-game losing streak early in the year where they struggled. They lost their first quarterback, who was John Dutton, and now Mark Grebe is back in there, and he is starting to find his rhythm.
Tank.
Down.
Stand. Hot.
Again, Grebe to throw. Man wide open on the far side. Caught, and then finally pushed out of bounds is Barry Wagner. Tony Rome's. There's no place like Rome's for the best barbecue in Western New York. If you're looking for barbecue, it's Tony Rome's.
You know, this is disheartening for a team like the Destroyers. They come back to get back into the game, and then the Sabercats come out and just go bang, bang, bang right down the field.
Defense number 92. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Well, Steve, you can't be making mistakes, though, either.
No, you can't. That's the one thing that teams who are chronic losers or have problems getting on the right foot do. They penalize themselves. They get their own penalties. They do it. They're mental mistakes rather than physical ones, and those are things that you have to get out of as a football team before you can make any improvement.
Motion man this time, Jerry Reese. They look for Reese. Reese, however, can't get there. Some pretty good pressure that time on Grebe, and it forced him to throw an errant ball.
You can see that Sabercats are using the formation where they put all 3 of their wide receivers to one side of the field. They don't split the field into 2 halves. They split it into 1 half, and then it's up to the defensive backs to sort through. And with a lot of defensive backs who are brand new, you'll see here, all the defensive backs, everybody is on this side of the field. And as the receivers come out, it's up to the deepest safety to decide which direction that deep receiver is going to go and try and play the ball.
So the Destroyers finally with some defensive pressure. Reese again, the man in motion. Grebe back to throw. Again under pressure. Lets it go into the end zone. Touchdown! Jerry Reese with the reception. It's his second of the night.
Jerry Reese has emerged as a huge player for these Sabercats. He has come into his own. He's really having his way with this Destroyer secondary. The second touchdown for him, it was an identical play to the one he caught earlier, just going the opposite direction. Right now, the Sabercats are really hitting their stride. They are playing so well offensively. You can see why they upset one of the best teams in the league last week at Oklahoma.
Kick it ready, kick it ready.
And Saylor on now for the extra point try. And he drills it right through. Well, we'll bring you up to date because Steve knows a little something about Jerry Reese, and we'll have him comment about when he was with the Buffalo Bills after we take this time out. 9:33 to go in the first half. Sabercats 21, the Destroyers 7. 21-7, Cats lead the Buffalo Destroyers here in the second quarter, and on that scoring drive, Jerry Reese 17 yards, and it's his second touchdown of the night.
I had a good fortune to play with Jerry Reese for a short time with the Buffalo Bills. He's the kind of guy, as a player, you love to have on your team. Everybody wants a guy like Jerry Reese. He's a good player. He's fun. He's great in the locker room. There's his numbers: 21 receptions for 413 yards and 9 TDs, 2 of those today. This is a guy that is just a joy to be around. He's a fun guy. He's good for the league. He's good for the game.
As soon as I walked into the building, came running over.
He's a great guy.
Jimmy, how you doing, Jim? It's great to be back in Buffalo.
He's the best. We missed him when he didn't stick with the Buffalo Bills, but he was fun to be around.
Number 6, 96.
All right, Saylor will kick off. And Dixon is back to receive. And he's got it off the screen. Titus Dixon looking for a seam, breaks it out. Penalty flag flies as he crosses the 50. And generally when it's dropped behind the line like that, it's going to be against the team that was receiving the kickoff.
I think that's going to be another illegal block in the back above the waist, and there you see it. This is the kind of thing that once things go bad, you've got to break out of that cycle.
During the return, illegal block in the back above the waist on the receiving team, number 99, half the distance to the goal, first down.
One of the things that happens in special teams is the coverage team dictates those penalties. They draw those penalties by being aggressive and being in the right spot at the right time, and it puts the return team in a desperate situation. They've got to make their blocks, but they're already out of position to do that, and they still try and do it, and it's a penalty.
Well, Browning Nagel, you're right inside the huddle. as he brings the Destroyers up to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be operating, throwing out of his own end zone. Dixon is the man in motion. Nagel out of the end zone. Under pressure, lost the football, and it was kicked out of the end zone. That should be a safety.
And it is. That's what the Sabercats can do. Their pass rush is so devastating. Sam Hernandez leads the league in sacks with 4.5. He and his cohorts get in there and force the pressure. Browning Nagel loses the football, goes out of the back of the end zone. And that, I'll tell you what, that counts. That's only 2 points on the scoreboard, but that does a lot for the momentum of this football game. It's worth a lot more than 2 points.
Absolutely.
Watch here as Browning Nagel comes back, and watch the pass rush get in on him right away. You see there he has to move, and then Hernandez, that is a fantastic play. That is a heads-up, smart football play by a good football player, Sam Hernandez. That's why he leads the league in sacks. That's a bigger play than a sack would have been, even though it was in the end zone.
Well, you see what the record is, 43, held by Sylvester Bembry, who is not on the Destroyers roster at the present time. Was here earlier in the year. That means Mike Black is going to have to spot it down and kick off again. And he's going to be kicking to Steve Pappen once again, as Hernandez readies himself to become now a blocker on special teams. 23-7 with the 2 points added on for the safety in favor of the Sabercats. And Black drills it. Off the fringe of the screen, Pappen goes up into the air to get it. Tries to bring it out, punts it to the outside, and finally is hit and run out of bounds before he can get out to the 10-yard line. Willie Yarborough was the man who knocked him out of bounds for Buffalo.
That's why it's so difficult to be a kick returner in the Arena League. That ball came off the railing of the nets and popped straight up in the air. And when it pops up in the air, watch, he's got the ball, and then all of a sudden he has to wait, go up and get it, and then run with the football. And by that time, that little split second gives the coverage team an extra 7 yards of coverage down the field. And that's why Steve Pappen is such a force. Even with that bad mishap, he still gets it out to the 10-yard line.
Only needed 136 total yards to hit 8,500 in his career in tonight's game. He's closing in on that rapidly. Green back to throw. Over the middle, got his man. And a penalty marker is down. And this one could go against the Sabercats.
David White in the game as a middle linebacker, going in and rushing the passer, got in there, and he was the guy that was in the face of Grebe. You see there, right there, he hits him just as he releases it. Grebe's still able to get the ball to Wagner.
Holding, offense, number 76, half the distance to the goal, replay, first down.
As a receiver, I used to bum out because you'd catch a pass, a great play like that, and then it gets called back, clear back in the backfield, and it's...
Did you go yell at your lineman?
Well, I never did that.
I was going to say, those guys were a lot bigger than you.
I was gutsy, I wasn't stupid.
Jason Worley is the man who gets caught right here, number 76. Pretty good play by Barry Wagner along the boards, though.
Jason Worley's a guy who's starting to see more and more time in the offensive line, coming back from an injury. Now he's in there anchoring at his center.
Now throwing out of the end zone, Grebe. Quick pass, turnaround, nice catch on the play with the reception, and here comes another hanky.
Chris Perry was late cleaning up on that tackle there and calling for a late hit.
He didn't touch his spear on him. He told him to play. You saw me. He didn't touch me.
Now we'll wait for the officials to sort it out. It's going to be a personal foul against Buffalo.
Anthony Bridges doing all he can at his best imitation of Perry Mason to talk the officials out of it.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
You know it doesn't work
After
for
the
personal
play,
experience.
It never works.
Personal foul.
It's not so much.
Defense number 89 for a late hit. 8-yard penalty from the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
It's not so much that they don't hear you. It's like they don't care. The official, when you yell at the officials. That's what used to make me angry. You'll see here at the end of the play, Chris Perry just comes in. You see there, Shalon Baker down, and bang, that's a late hit.
Oh, that is a late hit. You bet.
No.
Happen will be the motion man. Grebe, they run to the far side. On the carry is Mike Jones. And Jones is whacked hard, but he got to the 20.
Anthony Bridges closed a lot of ground to kick that ball on the outside. They had the corner turned, and Anthony Bridges used some speed to get up and catch it for just a 2.5-yard gain.
And Jones is a little slow to rise. In fact, he's not rising at all. That's Perry who makes pretty good contact there, and then the big hit taking place, and you see Jones go down hard.
Watch here, it's a pitch play, and they get the corner there. They hook Caldwell for the Destroyers, and then bang, he goes up, and then the second hit, his knee gets bent by Flint Fleming,
yeah.
Cleaning up. That was just an inadvertent play. He got caught in a bad position. And you can see there he's angry that he got hurt. He knows he may be done for the night. When you see a guy come off angry, that's sometimes what it means.
Tonight at 10:30, Empire Sports Report. Mike DeGeorge is your humble host. The scores, the highlights from around the region, news of the NHL, NBA, the playoffs. Don't miss it. Empire Sports Report tonight, 10:30, right here on this world-class network.
Down.
Pappen the motion man, three, under center. Three-step drop. Pappen makes the catch, 50 move, and then is hit from behind and is stopped short of getting into the end zone. The tackle by Willie Culpepper of Buffalo.
Mike Pappen is all over the football field, and Mark Grieb is smart enough to know, look for him first. This play pops open. You see they run the short route to make sure that the defender on the short route stays up and gives him the out route so that Grieb can go in. And you see there, great move. That's why Mike Pappen is such a threat. He can make people miss in small areas.
Steve, he's not a big guy. He's your size at 5'10". They're going to run the football this time, and markers fly, and not getting into the end zone is Joey Dozier. So let's hold it right here and see what the officials have to say. I believe the penalty was originally signaled to go against the San Jose Sabrecats.
There was a little movement interior in the line there as the ball was snapped. We'll have to see if the officials saw it.
Yes, he did. It is illegal motion against San Jose. At the half, Oklahoma and New England are tied at 28. Orlando and Nashville tied at 7 in the first period.
Illegal motion offense, 2 men moving at the snap. That's a 3-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
If you see this Sabercat team play enough, you'll get an idea that when they get down close to the goal line, their running game emerges just a little bit more, becomes more prominent in their attack. They like to run the football down inside the 10, especially down inside the 5-yard line.
Wing zoom, laser.
And the Destroyer defense